It's another embarrassing moment for refereeing, VAR and the PGMOL as Bruno Fernandes' red card has been overturned. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. Yes, tonight's video stems from a Premier League announcement tonight that has stated that Bruno Fernandes will not be serving a three-match ban for the red card that he picked up in Manchester United's dismal and embarrassing 3-0 defeat at the hands of Tottenham on Sunday. The Portuguese superstar saw red straight away for his unbalanced challenge on a Tottenham player that saw the referee give him a straight red card. VAR did not interfere and overturn the decision, but Manchester United have since gone on to appeal that decision and have won the said appeal. Fernandes will be free for selection this weekend and for the forthcoming couple of games and beyond to come. We're going to be talking about what is yet another embarrassing display from refereeing and VAR in this scenario. We're going to be bringing in some other examples as well from this past weekend and talking about some other personal issues with VAR and PGMOL and Howard Webb and things like that, as per usual, because, you know, why would we be talking about football? But before we get into all of that, I would like to remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe if you're new. Both things are always and very greatly appreciated. Get involved in the comment section as well, which I have a lot of interesting thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it. That'll make for great interesting reading on this particular topic of discussion. So please do get involved down below. We'd really love to hear what you guys have to say on this. Thank you all for your continued or even brand new support. It really does mean a lot. Really awesome as usual, and yeah, I can't thank you guys enough for that. But without further ado, let's get on with the video. Let's talk Bruno Fernandes and the overturning of his red card that he picked up on Sunday. Now, as we know, United's display on Sunday was embarrassing. United's performance and result on Sunday against Tottenham in a 3-0 defeat was humiliating. As a rival fan, I loved it a lot. But one moment of controversy was this red card that occurred to Bruno Fernandes. Now, I remember saying in my match reaction at the time that I could understand why the referee had given it, but I could also understand if the referee had just given a yellow card. And I was unsure at the time whether or not United would win their appeal if they decided to go down that route, simply for the reason that I was fully expecting the PGMOL to really double down on their referees standing and to just see the ban out. I've been proven wrong. I've since watched it back. There's no malicious intent. The studs are down. I guess I was somewhat wrong on saying that I could understand why a red card was given. I've seen a red card given for less. That's all I will say on that particular issue. So I'm very much happy to hold my hands up and say I was wrong on that one. I was also wrong on the fact that I believed the PGMOL would double down on this to the point where they would just dismiss an appeal from Manchester United to try and get the ban overturned. Tonight, that has obviously been proven wrong. Tonight, the Premier League will come out and said he will not be serving his 3-match ban. The red card has been overturned. He is available for selection for the upcoming weekend and beyond. I admire the Premier League for doing this, in a way. Not doubling down on the decision like I thought they would. Because since watching it back, like I say, I've realised that I was wrong in saying that, you know what, probably was a red card. But it's another embarrassing moment for them, isn't it? It's another really embarrassing moment for refereeing. Now, I can almost let the referee slide because the referee maybe saw it has only got the opportunity to see it one time. And maybe in that one time it looked worse than it actually did. And that's maybe why he decided to go straight for the red card. Couldn't get his red card out fast enough. Maybe that was why. But he's got the safety net behind him of VAR. He has the safety net of someone in a studio watching the replay from different angles, from different perspectives, at different speeds. They have that luxury. Him on the pitch doesn't. And yet, he didn't feel the need to overturn it. Now, they will hide behind this clear and obvious grey area, which is just horrible. It's so, so horrible, because what might be clear, I've said this time and time again, what might be clear and obvious to me is not necessarily going to be clear and obvious to you, and vice versa, and maybe to the next person, and to the next person, and to the next person. And not only that, but clear and obvious, that's what renders the inconsistency in the first place. Because you'll have clear and obvious be there one week, and then the next week, completely gone. Completely gone. So if anybody is out there thinking, well, there's going to be heads that will roll from this, surely. Surely whoever was on VAR for that game, I can't actually remember who it was, but surely whoever was on VAR for that game will surely not be refereeing or VARing this weekend, right? We're waiting to see. We shall wait and see, but they'll probably hide behind that clear and obvious ruling. A stupid rule, a horrible rule that has been brought in as protection and as a safety net for the safety net. It's completely ridiculous. And like I say, there needs to be some accountability. There needs to be some heads that will roll from this, because I don't think it would have changed the game in any sort of way, shape or form. I still think Tottenham would have gone on to absolutely smash United regardless. But if that had been a much more closer competition tie, if that had been at a very intriguing part of the game, if that had been as United were in the game at 1-1, or maybe they were 2-1 up or something, it could always be different. It could always be different, and it just adds on to this entire this entire list of issues that we have with the PGMOL and with refereeing and the standards of refereeing and the usage of VAR and all of these kinds of things that we are seeing in the Premier League right now. I don't know how it is in other leagues. I can probably assume it is so much better in other leagues and across Europe than it is in the Premier League right now. But we have got so many issues in this league in terms of officiating that is continuing to get worse. And things like this aren't helping. Heads will not roll from this. I'm pointing out there, and I don't think heads will roll on this. And even if they do, it's not really much of a punishment, is it? The guy who was on VAR that week will probably get 1 week. Well, actually, it'll probably be 3 weeks now, in which obviously the international breaks afterwards. But he'll just have like 1 week off of refereeing duty, and then we'll be returning to the next Premier League match day week. That's it. That's all that will happen in this. I don't personally get it. It's ridiculous to me. I don't understand how... I can understand a referee getting something wrong in the spur of the moment, but having a VAR official get it wrong as well, only for the PGMOL, Premier League, whoever it is, to overturn it, to overturn that decision a mere couple of days later, just speaks volumes about what we've been saying for the past few years now. These officials aren't up to code, aren't up to standard, and it's getting worse. It's getting worse. This past weekend alone, more yellow cards against, more yellow cards for time wasting and delaying restarts, completely missed by officials. Trent picked one up for Liverpool though. Trent picked one up for Liverpool, but indeed he didn't. Indeed he didn't for Leicester against, surprise, surprise, Arsenal. I'm not saying it's an Arsenal agenda, by the way. I think there are one or two things that actually went for and against Arsenal in terms of refereeing decisions in that Leicester game. There were a couple of interesting challenges that I think the referee missed in that game. Indeed, he didn't put one up. There was probably like one or two other ones across that weekend. It's completely crazy. I think even Luis Diaz did one later on in that very same game that wasn't picked up by the referee. Just these rules that are inconsistently used are now doing my head in, they're doing fans' head in, they're doing everybody's heads in, because they're not following them to the consistent level that they need to be followed. You either need to do it for all of them or none of them. You can't just pick and choose when they come in, because you have so many other problems in the game that rather than go, shall we focus on fixing these issues first? You go, no, let's just bring more issues to heap on top of the, pile of issues that we just will solve later. That's why so many more yellow cards are being dished out. Because referees are losing control of games. And rather than officiate the game properly, rather than either pick and choose whether they are going to officiate the game in the moment, or whether they are going to officiate the game by the letter of the law, they're choosing to go down the middle path, which is they pick and choose their moment. You've got to pick one or the other. They're two separate things. They can't both work together. They're incompatible. It's ridiculous. And another thing as well. Where's the VAR audio? Where's the VAR audio for the red card for Trossard? Are we going to get that? Or is that just going to be swept under the carpet? Like how I'm going to imagine this Bruno Fernandes thing is as well. Because I would love to hear the VAR audio for that. And I would also love to know the VAR audio for this incident as well. And I highly doubt we're going to get both. Or even one or the other. I'm surprised we haven't got the VAR audio for the City game. You know, it has been about 9 or 10 days now. So where is it? That's normally the amount of time it takes for you to deliver it out. And then Howard Webb writes up a script and then goes on his little show with Michael Owen. So where is that? And then as well, are we going to get a VAR audio show for this Bruno Fernandes situation to understand why the VAR came to the conclusion that what it is? Or are we just going to get Howard Webb go, yeah, well, it wasn't clear and obvious at the time, so we kind of just left it be at that, and then we just decided, you know what, we'll just let them off with that one, we'll just overturn it. These inconsistencies are getting worse and worse and worse and worse, and it's becoming more and more of a joke and a laughing stock. And I know I keep mentioning it, but I will keep mentioning it because the more that these things happen, the more this sort of mad idea is becoming more and more apparent to me. This is becoming more and more of a reality TV show. What is going to drum up the most interest? What is going to drum up the most eyes on this product? Controversy. So as officials, we're going to create as much controversy as possible to drum up interest, to drum up infuriated people that are going to go online and write tweets and write posts and do videos like this. I'm kind of buying into it a little bit, but I have to, because I have to call out this kind of inconsistencies on a regular and as consistent enough basis as I can. That, like I say, it sounds mad. It does sound mad, but it's where I am more and more believing that this is actually becoming more and more of an apparent thing. And it's becoming ridiculous to me. It is becoming ridiculous. We are talking less and less about football, and we are talking more and more about officials that no one has paid their hard-earned money to buy Sky, to buy TNT, to buy Amazon, to buy whatever other platform you watch your Premier League football on, or to even go to the stadiums themselves on match days to go and see. We go and see the 11/22 players on the pitch that day. We don't go and see the officials. And yet, they are constantly stealing the spotlight each and every single week with poor officiating. And every single week, we get Howard Webb talk absolute nonsense, turn a blind eye, become so deluded that he thinks there's not a problem. And if there is a problem, it's probably the players, it's probably the fans. They probably don't know what they're on about. It's ridiculous. And he's got Dermot Gallagher on Sky, and he's got Mike Dean on Sky, and he's got whoever else in his little ex-referee sort of group backing him up, going, yes, Howard, love it, Howard, this is brilliant, Howard. Sort your issues out that you've got already before you add new ones to the pile. Start booking everybody that kicks the ball away. Because that way, you eliminate inconsistency and you won't get people going, well, this guy kicked it and got a yellow card, and this guy kicked it but didn't get a yellow card. Where's the consistency in that? Either do it for everyone or do it for no one. You can't just pick and choose because your justifications and your reasons don't add up. They don't make sense. That's just me. And once again on the Bruno Fernandes thing, he gets his red card overturned. I can understand why they did it. I can understand why they would overturn it. I didn't think they would. But again, another embarrassing moment for VAR in particular. Another embarrassing moment for VAR in particular. And yes, head should roll. There should be some sort of punishment for getting it wrong. But at the same time, I highly doubt there will be. They'll hide behind clear and obvious. They'll hide behind the fact that it probably wouldn't have changed the game anyway. And they'll probably just sweep it up under the carpet until next time. There you go. That's the kind of world we're living in now. Howard Webb's PGMOL, people. There you go. Anyway, these are just the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever I call it, of this guy. I want to know what you guys think. What do you make of this whole Bruno Fernandes red card overturning situation, and what do you make of anything that happened this weekend in terms of referee inconsistencies, the Wilfred Ndidi yellow card, Trent Alexander-Arnold, or lack of yellow card for Wilfred Ndidi, should I say, and Trent Alexander-Arnold picking up a yellow card for kicking the ball away, those kinds of things. Should we also hear VAR audio for the Trossard red card a couple of weeks ago? Should we also hear the VAR for Bruno Fernandes' situation? Let me know what you guys are thinking and feeling down below in the comment section. Would love to know and feel, love to know and feel where you're coming from this. So your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you call it, will make for great and interesting reading down below. So yeah, please do use and abuse that comment section. People would love to hear from you all on this. Otherwise, hit the like button on the way up to enjoy the video. Subscribe if you are new or want to see more content like this. Both things always and very greatly appreciated. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. I've been Fletch. This has been another Fletch Talks video. And I'll see you all again soon in another video or live stream or whatever it may be. Cheers guys, thanks everyone for watching. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your night. Speak to you again very, very soon.